Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to finish a jigsaw puzzle, and I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to start things off by throwing the Barricade, the link to the site, the tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. If you feel like being a lurker, you can just go ahead and lurk. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. I'm not playing Silk Song. And I don't know when I will play it. I will play it at some point because I played Hollow Knight at some point. But I'm not playing it on stream, and I'm certainly not playing it right now. And instead, I'm working on the jigsaw puzzle. And we're going to try to finish that jigsaw puzzle, this goddamn jigsaw puzzle. See if we can finish this thing up. Can we put this thing to bed? I might go a little long tonight to finish it. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if I'll even need to do that. I have a Lego. I have a model kit to start in case we get to there. I don't know if we're going to start that. We might not even start that till Saturday. I don't even know. Maybe this is going to take forever to do. And I'm being silly. Lord Crash says, hey, Pat, no Silk Song. Why else would people stream on Twitch? I mean, look, here's the thing. A lot of people are playing Silk Song today. Let's go to the overhead camera. I took the map, my guide here, and just made it so it's just Jace. This is the guy. This is Jace. Here's Jace. Jace is a Planeswalker. And then I got pieces here that need to go here to finish Jace. And we're going to try to finish Jace. So, top story in the news today. Silk Song fucking busted a bunch of online stores as people tried to purchase and download Silk Song. Steam, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation stores. If you bought it through Humble Bundle, apparently it was fairly easy to download via Humble Bundle. Jace should have become an ace. Yeah. Nintendo switched to eShop, Steam, just like a mess. Everybody wanted to download this goddamn thing. All over the place. But yeah. Let's see. Over 100,000. Look, I don't know how many people played this game. Nintendo took the store down for maintenance, apparently. And then they bounced back up. Silk Song also wasn't available on PlayStation 5 at launch. And then apparently some people are saying maybe they just didn't let it go live because it was fucking up other places and they didn't want it to fuck that up. We don't know. But yeah, you've probably heard a lot about Silk Song. The hype, the anti-hype, the why is there hype question mark. There isn't any hype. It's all about proportion. Nobody actually cares. They only want it because they talked about it and then they stopped talking about it. All that stuff. And some of that is probably true. Some of that is certainly true. It may have been overhyped by some people as being the end-all be-all. But obviously, it wasn't overhyped by that many people, because a lot of motherfuckers downloaded this goddamn game, bought and downloaded this fucking game. All right, that doesn't go there. Ooh, it goes there. Okay, good. So we're working on Jace. There are going to be some pieces that should be fairly easy for me to figure out, like this piece, because there were still some of Tamio. This piece is going to have some of Kashima, so that should be pretty easy to find. There's going to be a little bit of card art on this one here. And then from there, it's going to be hunting and packing. But for each piece that, maybe I can find this one. For every piece that I find, this one as well, it will just then start narrowing it down. Like, this was right here. This piece goes here because that's the arm that's that encircled there. So then I can find another part of that goes to there, to the bracers or whatever. But yeah, like this piece has a little bit of something or other. So that is that. Okay, that's Kashima. Okay, yeah. So that goes there. This is... what are you? I wanted to say you were that. but you're not that. Ooh, okay. I can kind of just place it right there on the art. This is a piece of Jace's head. It's part of the cloak that goes right there. The little shine, a little shimmer. Is that? Nope, that's not right. This might be something over here. I don't know where. This is this is probably like over here, maybe? Like I don't necessarily think that's this piece here. That does fit right there, but I can't say for sure this is correct, but it does look right. And that's going to be the start of the whoosh that'll then trickle over all the way over here and then go up to here. It's like, okay. So a lot of this will just be, again, like trial and error, like placing pieces going, okay, well, is this part of this arm here, or is it this part of this arm here? But like, where does this go? But like, if I'm looking at this, that might be part of, no, that's their arm there, so I don't know. Right. This is something here, probably. But, like, what is this part? Is that part of this here? So is that like this? I don't know. Oh, is that here? So that would go, like, somewhere around this here to go the end of the cloak. So that might go here. That might go here. I don't know. Looking at it, it seems like that makes sense to me. But again, I don't really know about where the cloak is, but this kind of fits, right? So we'll see. That's not that. Is that? Oh, that's a piece of a card. Okay, so that goes here. That's a piece of a card. Hell yeah, we love that. Okay, this has got some kind of. This is something. Is this? Oh, is this his chin? I think this is his chin. And yes, that's his lips. Okay, so this looks very silly of me, but when I was looking at this, I couldn't tell those were lips, but as soon as I put them down, immediately I'm like, oh, those are lips. Okay, great. We've now got a lot of Jace's face, and so the rest of the face goes here, and then there's some cloak there. Is this the... That is the rest of his face, and this piece was right. I was correct. That goes there. You love to see it. So we got a little bit left of the face that we'll have to figure out at some point. That's not it. I thought maybe that was it. That would have been very convenient if that piece was that. But yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Wait, is this his... No. Oh, it's so close. Not that. It's this. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay. I'm feeling good. And again, there are going to be stops and starts here. There are going to be times where I'm like really figuring this out. Like, okay, so this is like somewhere there are a couple of these things here. So that's going to be somewhere around, I don't know which one that is. It's got some effects to it. So I think it might be this here. So like maybe is this piece. Is that right? I don't know. It kind of looks right, but it might not be. I don't know. We'll leave there for now because it doesn't look bad, but it might not be the right piece. I don't know. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, then the line goes through there. That looks okay. All right. Is this the face piece? No, I need that to be like two ends there. I don't know what this is. This is another part of the... But it could be anywhere. I would like to find like these pieces maybe. We're now starting to do this stuff here. It's not that. Got some flowing stuff going around. Yeah, this is somewhere there. These are also pieces that like can connect to some things here. Not there. I don't know. So now we're just kind of like hunting around, looking for stuff that makes sense to connect together. Then we can start looking for like, okay, well, if I can find the pieces that fit around here, or around there, or around there, and just like, what is this angle of this one here? What is this piece? Can I figure out what this is looking at it? It's like, where is the piece of his face? The rest of his face. If I can find that, that would be great. This is clearly over in here, so it's like, is this piece? Doesn't seem like it would be. It might be, but that looks right. Yeah, that looks good. And then I don't know where that goes, or this goes. It's like, is any of this, does that go there or there? No, that doesn't go there. That doesn't go there. That doesn't go there. I'd like to find this one, because that would be a good place to start here. Nope. All right, we got this line here. That could be over in here. So that might be this. No, I thought it might be there. Yeah, it doesn't fit in any of that. So that could be any number of things. But there's like, you know. Nope, doesn't go there. This is not that. Not that. Oh, is it that? It is. It's right there. Hell yeah. Another part of this arm. It's also Return to Thursday Night Football. Yes, I could imagine that some people, especially because this Thursday Night Football is not on Prime. It is on NBC and Peacock. So some people that aren't going to shell out for Amazon Prime and don't watch Thursday's games, the Thursday games, could watch this one. Relatively easy. So yeah, that might have something to do with it. I mean, also in general, like, the jigsaw puzzle things, these don't always do as well as some of my other streams. I think when that goes there? Fuck yeah, it does. Oh yeah, because it's got some card art to it. Nice. Once I start getting back in the swing of my regular scheduled programming, I think hopefully we'll get a bit of a boost here. But yeah, I think there's some people playing Silksong tonight, and I don't blame them. I was mostly kidding around about like I don't have a problem with that. This is a game where we could all win. Yeah. All right. So this should also be a little bit of card art here somewhere, I think. So I don't know where this goes, though. It could be around in here. Could be in this. It could be this piece. It's not that piece, but like I said, it could be. It isn't. This isn't the right piece. Oh, it is. It goes there. Okay, yeah, because that is card art right there where the hand goes. Hell yeah. Love that for me. No. And no. Doesn't fit right in any of these spots here. I'm sorry. I'm going to get my... roll my chair in here. Reset my chair. These segments here, now that I've done 3 of these, I can say this is the part that is most like a normal jigsaw puzzle, where you are just trying to like look at things and try to make connections and make things make sense with each other, which you know I don't really do throughout the process, because throughout the process I am, of course, I have the ability to use the guide and like use the card art. Like this went together here, right? These three pieces fit together, but where do they go on this? I think they are this one. So they're like lower here underneath this, but like where does that go? Like where does this fit together and what fits with those? I just kind of know they go together. And then this one is probably above it. This is another part of that. So like I don't know, but I don't know where these three pieces go, except that they do go together. I have that. I've got that going for me. Yeah. Let's see here. And this is just like mostly blue and a little bit of that. So it's like, is that this piece? No, it's not that piece. It's not this piece here. Nope, that doesn't go there. It looked like it would, but it is not the right one. All right, I'm just now looking for like, okay, this line is probably this over in here. It's something to do with this because it is, yeah, okay, because it goes like that. So that's good to know. So there's a little bit of a piece of a, yeah, that goes there. So now I can try to find more of this little blue line. How long did you work on this? Let's see. So I can actually look that up pretty easily here. How many streams I've done of this build. Let's say, or this assembly. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I have been working on this a little over 10 hours of stream. And if I was doing this on my own time, it wouldn't be 10 full hours, right? Because I get, talking to chat. I stumbled with the frame here, which I don't always do. But yeah, 10 hours of streaming time. Okay, so does that go there? No. But does that go here? No. That's just a little bit of blue. That could be anywhere. Could be any part of it. Yeah. Let's see. Another little blue accent line, which is just like cool. Nope, doesn't go there. Don't know about that piece yet. But we did get this filled in, which is nice. Yeah, chat sinks me down. Yeah, it's like, it's all the elements, like, any streamer will say that. If they're paying attention to chat and taking a look at that, and they have other things going on, that, there are folks out there that are locked in when they play a game, and they're streaming it, but they're focusing on the game and the moments of it. And there are people out there that can balance all of that are unbelievably great at doing that. They can, like, do everything they're setting out to do and read chat and prep for the next thing and do all that kind of stuff. And I tip my hat to them. But yeah, I occasionally get bogged down. That's all right. I'm not doing this for speed, I'm doing it because I wanted to mix things up. I love doing model kits. I love doing Lego sets, but I wanted a little bit of a change of pace. This activates a different elements of my brain. Problem solvers. Okay, so most of these are just like, there's a little bit of art on this, but mostly they're pure black. That's going to be a lot of these pieces here. Those aren't going to be fun to do, per se, but we will have to do them. I mean, we'll have to do it. Yeah. It's like, start doing stuff like this piece should be pretty unique looking. Because it's got to have a pretty big trail off. Like this is pretty, you know, there is a bit of an angle here. This piece has a bit of an angle, but this is like dramatic. So something like this would fit. It's not this, but it's similar to this. So I'm going to look for something like that, and I should be able to find it. But it makes sense it's not those pieces because of what's on that art. Or on that. Yeah, it's not that. But like that's good to know that there's something very, you know, quote unquote dramatic. There's one piece in here I was looking at today when I was organizing some stuff for tonight. There's one piece in here that is such an interesting looking jigsaw piece that I was like, what's it? Oh, it's this one. I love the shape of this thing. This is such a strange shape to me. This like arrowhead kind of down here and then the two prongs at the top. I'm like, I don't know where this is going to go, but I love that. Like it might just even go like this, you know, it's not that, but it would have been very funny. It would have been very, very funny if I was like, this is such a weird shape, and then I just put it down and immediately fit somewhere. That would have been real good. This is the last of these of this company's Magic the Gathering jigsaw puzzles. I should see what other jigsaw puzzles they've done. If they've done anything that is like nerdy in the way that would be interesting as a stream, I might consider picking them up. Another one of their puzzles. I haven't really put any thought into that, really, about doing more jigsaw puzzles, but I am happy to do them. As I've said on another stream, I've said this before, there was a time where I was trying to do a jigsaw puzzle that was a really poorly constructed one. It was like poorly designed. It was a Animal Crossing puzzle, and it was such a bad time that I quit doing it, and it's the only thing I've ever quit on stream, and the only build I've ever quit, and so kind of want to make up for that. And I think we have. I think this has been a fun process. Okay. So I know that doesn't go there, but got a little bit of red there. So it's like, is this? Yeah, that goes with that. Okay. Now, how all of these interact, I don't know. I don't know if this is the top one or this is the bottom one, but there's 3 visible of these like watch faces. They're not watch faces. They're something or other, but they're like 3 of them. Ooh, does this go here? Oh, it goes there. Hell yeah, it goes there. Okay, so that's this one, which means I think that's the bottom one. And so then this is part of the one above it. Unless, yeah. This is the part of the one above it. Which is like maybe there? Maybe? I don't know. But that doesn't fit with there. So it's like, I don't know. Oh, shit. Okay. So it goes there. Great. Yeah, that's some progress. So now I'm going to look for maybe a little bit more of this red here, because that'll start to build that up. Because that's pretty complete. Yeah, that one's... Well, that one's... It doesn't have much red there, but okay. But yeah, all right. Yeah, this is filling it in. Filling in feels good. It's some kind of progress here. And then I've mentioned this before. I've mentioned this every time I do one of these. The other 2 times this time. As I start finding where these pieces go, it becomes easier because then there are less pieces, and then you can start doing a thing where you're like, well, this has to go one of 7 spots. So we're just going to look at every spot available. Oh, we couldn't find it. We'll put it aside. We'll do the next one. You know, like that kind of thing. Like trying to figure out where this piece is becomes easier when you only have so many pieces, because it becomes trial and error. And you can kind of jump around, you know. Like this one is got an interesting angle to it, so it's like, well, is it this piece? It's almost that piece. So then is it this piece? Nope, it's not that one, but it almost is. Like, okay, well, it's not that one, and it's not that one, but it almost is. Yeah, it's like, okay. Just try to find it, and then if I can't find it, I move on and start working on the next one. Let me see how it goes. I've said I would like to finish this tonight. I am not saying for sure that we will finish it tonight, but I would like to finish it up. If we can't, that's okay. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta like try it a different way. I will say, in my experience doing jigsaw puzzles off stream and on stream, it is often just like focusing on one specific piece is probably not the way to go, and it's probably okay. It's okay, certainly okay. Just go, all right, well, I'm not gonna figure this out right now. I'll go and try something else and see if I can get that going. Is this gonna go here? No. This is, let me look at this. Are you part of like the arm here? You part of this? Are you like this piece here? You might be this piece here. Okay, so that means you'd be like, yeah. That goes there. That is using the legend to our advantage. Which is great, because that means now we have more things we can build off on. Like, there's going to be a piece that goes here that is a lot of this kind of like spell trail. So we can kind of find that. Yeah, just find that. That doesn't go there. This is one of these. Okay, that goes there. So that's like, that might just go right there. Yeah, okay. That looks right there. All right. Good. Good. I'm like right now looking at a lot of the effects stuff, the spell stuff, because that is something that I think I can figure out based on placement. I don't think that's right. Yeah, that doesn't feel right. Yeah, I don't know where that one goes. I'd like to get this piece in, because now it's just the naked piece that's just there. That isn't gonna go there. That isn't gonna go there. That doesn't make any sense to go there. And this little piece here too. I would like that piece. That would be nice. These two were the ones that I would definitely like sooner than later. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. Yeah, that. No. No. Yes. Yes. Feeling it. Starting to feel it. Working. Making sense. Nope. Things are happening. I don't know where this one goes, but it's like something around in here. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's part of the glove or the arm here. Yeah, so that goes there. This doesn't go anywhere around here. I don't know where that goes. Nope. Okay. Nope. Oh, got another of these patterns here. So we got the hand, that's this. That's where the hand thing goes there. And then we've got a line here, and there's one below it, and then there's ones that go up here. So this could be the transition. That goes there. Okay, so this is the flow of the lines. Great, we love that. That's real good. Then that goes there. That's the flow of it. Okay. Does that go there? Oh, no. We were on a good roll. We're on a real good roll there of just like intuitively being like, oh, this fits there and that fits there. That doesn't fit there. No, nope. Oh, that goes there. Okay. Great. That doesn't. I was like, oh, that definitely goes there. Doesn't go there. Definitely doesn't. Nope. Figure that out later. Another space-ish piece here. Nope. Oh, okay, it goes there. Cool. Cool. Let's see. Things we can talk about here while I'm going with this. So Mind's Eye was such a fucking disaster of a video game launch that that IO Interactive, the publisher, who was just like dabbing their toes into publishing, are like, yeah, we're going to pause on doing that for a while. We're not going to publish anything else for a bit. We're like still trying to figure out how we fit into the world of that. Like, they're trying to be nice, but it's very clear that they were like, yikes. We thought they had some great ideas and a great world in the background they were building, and hopefully they'd get the opportunity to show more of that in the future. We just wanted to help them distribute the game. That is from Hakan Abrek, who's the person in charge of the CEO of IO. It was a tough reception. It wasn't what they hoped for, and wasn't what, and also what we didn't hope for at IOI Partners, which is the branch of publishing. They were like, which is like the most. It's down to earth in a way that I appreciate. Where he's just like, yeah, yikes, am I right? And I appreciate that. Because it's like, yeah, man, fucking sucks. People did not like it, and it would have been better if it was a game that they could like. For sure. So hopefully they'll succeed with that in the future. To regain trust and all that. And he definitely does not make it sound like they're continuing to do that. Does IO plan to publish any other games outside games after this? And he said that remains to be seen, which to me says probably fucking not, my guy. Unless like a real winner comes along, I think the experiment might be over. It's a good read. I recommend it. I am trying not to be such a hater. Maybe pay for some mock reviews next time. Well, remember, Lord Crashington, any negativity about that game was just haters and people being paid to dislike the game, right? Like, it was a concerted effort. The haters of this game that nobody had played. It was all the haters. So they, the mock reviews would have just been sabotage. I don't know where this piece goes, but it's got to fit somewhere around here. I mean, they all fit somewhere. Oh, it goes there. Okay. Oh, it's part of the cloak of that part of the cloak. Okay. There are many saboteurs, both externally. Yes. Yes, lots of people conspired to make that game what it ended up being. Derogatory. And I'm trying not to dunk, but some of those quotes were so fucking funny that I was like, we'll talk about it on stream, because they were just like, again, it's mostly just because he was being very earnest about it. Seemingly, again, you never know with people, but the way he was answering questions was just like, it was all past tense, and we hope they figure that shit out and can rebuild trust with people and all that. I was just like, oofta. No mention of like them helping or anything. It's just like, we published it. Probably won't do that again. All right, we've gotten some real fucking progress on this. We are not done with all of the parts that should be quote unquote easy for me to figure out. Because there are still parts like this that have like a line through it, which I should be able to follow the trails of that. So I'm going to put pieces that have like some kind of blue around them or through them in a pile, like stuff like this, things that like should fit somewhere pretty easily. And then the ones that just seem like there's nothing for me to see here. Oh, there's a little bit of blue on this one, so maybe that one is one that I can kind of figure out where it goes. But these just look just pure black. I don't know. I don't think we're at the like hunt and peck stage where I just like try to find it by going through every single piece, but we're getting there. Was I go there? No. I was like, arrowhead spots. Let's go there. Oh, it doesn't go there. No. It goes somewhere. I just can't figure it out yet. I do want to find this piece. And then we do have a little bit of Jace's face. We got some Jace face to fix. Oh, there is. There's Jace face. Never mind, everybody. I found the Jace face. So like this section here. We just have some cloak to the arm. And it looks like there's going to be a little bit more of the arm guard stuff on the cloak here. But I don't know what that's going to entail and what that's going to look like. And then this piece is standing out to me as something as a piece we got to figure out. And then I think at that point we're going to probably just start doing the old hunt and peck. Like, I'm going to go there. And we'll figure it out from there. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. So like this has got to go somewhere where there's circle. So like I thought it would go here, but it doesn't go there. But then it's like, all right, does it go there? Is it this the direction it's got to go? Like where is this? Is it here? It is there. Hell yeah. Okay, so there was that line there in the cloak, which helps us out a lot here. And I think we've gotten we got all of the cool chemtrails kind of thing. So there's like some of the gauntlet on the cloak, and then just finishing her up. Like, oh, that goes there. Love that. Oops. My arm is moving this piece of cardboard on occasion, so I gotta be careful about that. So where do you go? Like, are you part of it? Do you go? You go there. Okay. And you don't go like that. You don't go there. You don't go there. You don't go there. But like, this is something. It's gotta go somewhere. This is got some blue in it. Okay. Nope. Nope. Now I'm just like, okay, let me look for every piece that could fit in there and see if any of these fit with that. Nope. Have that kind of jagged piece to it. That goes there, though. Hell yeah, it does. Love that. I guess we'll mention this. There have been some layoffs at a few places, which always fucking sucks. We hate to report it, but we do want to talk about it. To comment on it feels important. There have been layoffs at Firaxis. Apparently, the latest Civ is not selling in a way that they had imagined, but also reminder that layoffs are not always. Sometimes a game can be selling phenomenally, and there are still layoffs. It is not necessarily a mark of anything, unfortunately. Is not always tied to, or even often tied to, performance. But that seems to be the case, that there are some layoffs. 2K has confirmed that. Restructures and studio restructures and optimizes its development process. We don't know numbers, but apparently it is dozens of people. It seems like a lot of writers, which is a real shame. But yeah. 2K has been doing a bunch of layoffs. They had Mobile Studio, Cat Daddy had layoffs. Last year, Cloud Chamber. Last month, layoffs at Cloud Chamber. Not last year, last month. So yeah, so there have been quite a few layoffs at 2K in their various studios, which is, fucking rough out there. Hard out there to make these things happen. So, but also there are other layoffs reported today. Dreamhaven, which is a developer and a indie publisher. Dreamhaven, makers of Wildgate and Sunderfolk. Quite a few games in their portfolio that people are aware of. This is going to go to any of these places. Okay. This is a company that was started by Mike Morhaime, who used to be a president at Blizzard for a number of years. This company has only existed for 5 years. But yeah, they've been working on turn-based RPG Sunderfolk and Wildgate, which is a team-based shooter. They had 2 in-house studios. And they came out this year and just, we don't know. Reorganizing is best they've been able to say. And similar challenges to other studios is what the quote was. So, fun, good shit. Fun good shit we love to hear. Fun good shit we keep fucking hearing. It's rough out there. Oh, does that go here? Yeah! I found that piece. So yeah, you know. Ooh, that doesn't look right. Nope, that does not look correct. I was like, oh, that kind of fits in there, but very clearly does not, because it fits there. Great. Okay. Nope, not that piece. Not that one. Well, to go there? No. Well, fun bit of blue here. Nope. Do you go here? No. Nope. Yes. Well, I mean, yes and no, right? So now we're starting to get the process of elimination on these. There's only so many pieces, but now it's like, now I'm like at the part where I've running out of like, oh, I can tell where this kind of goes because of the color on it. This is like got a little bit of blue to it, so like maybe it goes around here. Maybe it's this piece. It's that piece. But like I'm gonna, once I put this piece in, like that kind of ends, like these little blue lines, like this is not the end of that, but it is getting there. And it's like, okay, once I start filling these in, I'm gonna run out of stuff that like makes sense to me and fits. And then it's just like process elimination and trying stuff out, trying to make it all fit. Okay. What about you? You go there? No, you don't go there. Okay. Nope, you don't go there either. All right, I've spent too much time trying to find this exact piece. I should be looking at other pieces and not fully focusing on one spot. All right, I need something like that, but not exactly that. Just okay, understandable. All right, totally possible. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that goes there. Great. Okay. And then that, no, that doesn't go there. That doesn't go there. They go there? No. Whoop, no, that doesn't fit right. Looked like it would, but it doesn't fit quite right. No. No. But there's only so many pieces left. So it has to be one of these. It's just figuring out which piece it is and where it goes and where it fits and all that. It's almost like this is a puzzle. Let's see. Other things we can talk about here. We should mention that there is a new website out there. There is a subscription model for a new website called Rogue at rogue.site, which I imagine must have cost a little bit of money to acquire. The rogue.site. It is a bunch of folks that were laid off from Polygon. And it is a split between owners and founders. There's some founders, and then there's some people that are just contributors, but they're not part of the ownership. So it is not like 7 people all chipped in. Is that there are some people that did, run it, and there's some people that are also from those groups that are working there. To me, a big name for that is Pat Gill. I'm glad that Pat Gill will be able to, I assume, do some video content there. I don't know why else you would have Pat, since he is so good at that kind of thing. But yeah, I believe that Pat is also going to be doing a podcast for them. But yeah, Clayton Ashley is a great writer and also good producer formerly at Polygon. Cass Marshall, just like a bunch of names that I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm glad they're doing something together. So yeah, they're going subscription method. They're working with somebody to basically do their back end. And they'll do like, one subscription tier gets you video versions of their podcast, that kind of stuff. It's like none of it's like groundbreaking, and some of it feels like stuff that you've heard a bunch of times before. But these are things that have worked for various audiences, so I'm not surprised they are going that method. Good luck to them is what I say. It's rough out there, but yeah. Hopefully it works out. There are a lot of these sites have popped up as people explore different options that are out there for them, and different possibilities. So yeah, good luck to them is what I say to that. All right, let's see if we can find this piece. I'm really focusing on this piece because it's not that, but I thought maybe it was. That's not it. That's not it, but it was close to being it. It's not going to be that piece. Nope. It's not that one there. Nope, it's not that one. I know it's not that one. That one there. Nope. Nope. Oops, sorry. Quick, I'm getting a lot of spam, folks. I'm getting a lot of like, hey, I thought we were going to connect today. Or, hey, I have to postpone our meeting. And then there's nothing else. And here's the thing. I do have meetings that get postponed on occasion. And I do have people that are trying to connect with me. But those people don't have my phone number if I don't have them in my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that are trying to connect with me with meetings and stuff like that have my email address. Like nobody is texting me about wanting to do a meeting or whatever that has like my phone number without being in my phone as like a saved name. It's just not fucking happening. I'm not doing that with people. Because the people that are going to text me that got my number off like my resume or whatever are going to introduce themselves and say who they are. They're not being like, hey, I have to push back our meeting. It's like that's not happening. It's people who know me that might. Also, people who know me are also not texting me because that's not a great way to keep in touch with me. And they are aware of that. I'm not a good texter. Just very frustrating. It's all spam shit. All spam nonsense. It just feels like it's been on the rise and there is an uptick. Nope, doesn't go there. This is going to keep, I have to, sorry, I'm going to go to this. Because it's a text message, it's going to keep popping up on my phone until I delete it. Yes, I got to report this as general spam. And then I gotta block the number so they can't text me anymore. Then go into my Haya. And apparently my Haya is up to date. Okay. Spam prevention. Gotta do it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The Japanese Pizza Hut cats. They're lovely. We love those cats. We think the world of them. I just want to get like one piece in here before we take our break, which is coming. The break is coming. Well, we will take a break in a bit. But yeah. No, so Pizza Hut, this is 10 years ago now, over 10 years ago. Pizza Hut in Japan did a commercial series where they were like, check out Pizza Hut, and there were the Pizza Hut cats. Not any relation to Samurai Pizza Cats, the anime. This was just a promotion where they had real cats wearing like aprons and like hats like they were employees at a Pizza Hut. And one of the cats' name was Detch. And I don't remember anything else about the ads except they were very cute. And that has been my background image for streams and also my PC for a number of years because it's just a really cute photo. It is a good photo just to see. But yeah. That was that was just a promotion for Pizza Hut in Japan. I don't believe, and maybe other countries did the promotion as well, but I know that one was one. All right, there's a little bit of blue here. That could be something that we have to figure out where that goes. Because I go here. Nope. Nope, that's not right. No. Nope. My eyesight isn't particularly great here to see, like, occasionally, once I put a piece in, I go, oh, there is a little bit of blue there. Oh, cute. Okay, cool. Cute is the wrong word there, but I was like, oh, cool. But I'm not, like, always seeing it. All right. Cat cafes are a thing, so I see how pizza restaurants could do the same. So, as far as I can tell, they didn't actually have cats in the restaurants. It was just a commercial. It was just like an advertising campaign. Yeah, cat cafes are an interesting thing, right? Like, pet cafes that are tied to adoption agencies, I think are phenomenal. And I think that is a good way of doing that. But that is different, to me anyway, than places that just have adopted a bunch of animals that live in the store for a set number of time. Like, I think I find the, because there are cities, there are places out there with strict laws about like animals and in apartments and all that. There are people that just can't have that in their life for any number of reason. So having an access to that, I think, is pretty neat. Oh, that goes there. Great. But yeah. Oh, that goes there. Huh. That feels right. It's an odd shape design here, but does feel correct. Okay. Well, we did get a couple pieces down here, so that's good. We've got a few more left. Agree on the adoption part. The line is somewhere along the line of healthy animal care. Yes, exactly, right? Like, exploitative animal work is awful, obviously. But if you're like, oh, well, we do this thing where we have animals come in and and hang out, and you can go, and some of them want to get pet, and you can hang out with them or whatever and try to get them adopted. I'm like, yeah, that sounds really great. But if it's just like we have a store where we employ a bunch of cats, and we're trying to run a business and attract customers with these cats. And it's just like, how are these cats doing outside of store hours? Like, I want to know. What are the working conditions like at this cat cafe? Important things to ponder as we kind of dive into figuring this out. There. No, none of that. I do want to just remind people here. I'm going to just lean back a little bit here. We're going to take a short break, and then I'll get back to assembling this jigsaw puzzle because I'm hunched over here. So I'm just going to pull back a little bit and just take a moment here to remind you folks that it's September. So if you're interested in becoming a subscriber, maybe it's the first time, you could save some money this month by being a subscriber. We are currently at 23 subscribers. The goal is to get to 40. I shut up once we hit 40. I shut up about subscribers. So if you want to become a subscriber, please do. I'm not going to go through the whole spiel because there's not a ton of y'all here tonight, and most of y'all are subscribers already and know what I'm up to. But I do want to we're taking a pause for the cause. Just mostly from my back here because I've been really hunched over working on this. So I will say that a couple of things I would love you to check out. My most recent episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club went up on Monday. That is my twice a month series. Thank you for throwing the emotes into chat, Lashbrook. Appreciate that. Please check out this episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club at your leisure. It is this current one is me talking about a very popular anime that is based on video games, because sometimes anime gets made off of like mobile games that you've never heard of, and sometimes it's anime that is like the video, very popular video game suddenly gets a very popular and cool as hell anime experience. So I made a video about some of those. Some of my favorites, some of the most popular ones, and one that might be such a popular anime, you forget it came after the video game. You might think it's the other way around. So check that video out if you'd like. And then Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series. And the most recent episode of Kuma Baer is me talking about Magic Knight Ray Earth. And there's a comment in there of someone saying that it is actually on their YouTube channel, and so you can just watch it on YouTube, and you don't even have to watch it on Crunchyroll, which I don't always go out of my way to find that information out, so it's nice to have that info. But yeah, this month in September, every week I'll be talking about a different isekai, and I went with one of the best ones from an era where we didn't call them isekai. We just didn't refer to them as isekai then, because that was not a subgenre. That was just like Escaflowne and Magic Knight Ray Earth and Fushigi Yugi and Inuyasha were like just anime with it where like ladies or multiple ladies or one lady or multiple ladies just traveled. They're Alice in Wonder likes. Was probably not what people said then, but that was more of akin to that, because of course that's where a lot of the Alice in Wonderland is where some people got inspiration for the early Japanese storytelling devices of girl got sent to fantasy world. Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland and those kind of stories influenced Japan, which then influenced lots of goddamn media out there. Anyway, talking about Magic Knight Ray Earth, which fucking rules. Bunch of girls just trying to go hang out at a cool tower in Tokyo. Next thing you know, there's mechs and adventure, and it gets fucking pretty dark in places because it's the 90s and they could just do that shit. It was good, real good. You should check it out. And Kuma Baer, of course, Kuma meaning bear in Japanese, and my last name being Baer, B-A-E-R. Kuma Baer is just just Baer. It's just called Baer. But also a little bit of a reference to Kuma Baer. the isekai, which is fun. Anyway, let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to say about that? No. I'm going to postpone anime talk until Saturday. So I'll talk about some anime stuff on Saturday because I want to focus on getting this jigsaw puzzle done. But I did watch some shows this week, and this week's episode of New Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt was fucking wild and great. A real weird one that I was super into. So more talking about that after. We're going to transition back to the overhead camera. We're going to try to finish this jigsaw puzzle. And I am going to drink some water. And we'll do that right now. Gotta move my keyboard out of the way. My build space is usually smaller than this, and so my keyboard won't be on camera. But in this case, it is. All right, so you know what? I'm just gonna move this back like this, because now we gotta lean in further again. I'm gonna count, see how many pieces we got left here. 2, 4, 5. Got a pile there. We got 5 over here. Let's do a little pile there. 5. 5, 5, and 4. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 29 pieces left of this 500-piece jigsaw puzzle. We only have 29 left. That's rad. Love that. I'm gonna I'm gonna scooch this forward a little bit so I can see the empty spots here better. And yeah, we're gonna figure this out. So this is gonna go somewhere. I mean, of course. This I feel like is part of a part of the cloak here, but that could be anywhere. I've been really focusing on this piece, I think, to my detriment. But we'll see what we can do here. And this has a little bit of something or other on it. Yeah. They got a piece here that shouldn't have any card art on it. It should just be this. Yeah, that's not right. Okay. We're down to 29 pieces, which means like we can just start like going like, okay, is it this piece? No. It's not that piece. It's not that piece. It's not that piece. It's not this piece. Not this piece. It feels like it should be this one, but it's not this one. Can't be that one. Not that one. It's not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Nope, it's not that. Nope. I know it's not this one. Not this one here. Nope. 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 No. Yup, we found it. Okay, so now we can figure out this one, which is probably this piece here. Yeah, it is, because of the jagged piece and then a little bit of blue that goes right there. All right, we are now down to this big section for Jace. Oh, it would have been so fucking funny if that was exactly the right piece. It would have been so funny. Because now we got the like arrowhead looking thing with the two of those. Nope. Did we place the one that I thought was a really weird shape? I guess we did, huh? I didn't even notice. But apparently we placed the shape that I thought was particularly strange looking. And I didn't even notice that. That's a shame. Wish I had paid attention to that one. I don't know how I would find it in here, but it's not that one. Not that. Oh, it was almost that one. Not that. Is it this? It is. It's that right there. Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can kind of just do... Nope. Nope. There. Nope. Yep. No. All right. Let's see. I can tell you, just to take a little bit of a breather here for a brief moment of sojourn, I will tell you the next thing I'm going to be working on is this model kit. I keep saying the wrong thing. This model kit is the next thing we're working on, the Son Goku mini and the Vegeta mini from Dragon Ball Daima. It is is a set. They come together. They have a little stand they're on. It's got this cool Dragon Ball Daima thing here for the nameplate. No stickers other than this, which is not a sticker. Or maybe it is a sticker. I don't think it is though. I think it's just. I think there's just. Oh, maybe it is a sticker and it goes on the frame. I don't know. Maybe it is a sticker and it goes on there. I don't know. But there's a cool rock face and this piece. And it shouldn't take too long. It should be like a stream and a half. Maybe even just a stream to put this together. We'll panel line it. It'll look good. And that'll get started. No eye stickers, Lastbrook. Yeah. It is giving me just faces with the stickers already printed on it. So, and of course we will do some panel lining to clean it up, make it look good. And yeah, then there's a little, not Kid Goku, because that's a different character. That's two different, Kid Goku is like 3 different characters. There's a bunch of different Gokus out there. No, that's just the next thing we'll be working on. But, Chibi, Dragon Ball Daima Goku. That doesn't go there, but it looked like it should, so that's annoying to me. All right. That's not going to go there. Doesn't go there. Looking for the piece that will go here. Because right now that's kind of what we're doing, is just placing things where we think they'll go and hoping we get it done. I want to hear from you, friends. What are you up to? What are you into? What do you got going on? I love hearing from you. We're not too many people here tonight, which is okay. It happens. But I would like to hear from you about what you got going on, what you're up to, what you're into. Tuesday, if you missed the stream on Tuesday, I played more of Is This Seat Taken, which is still a phenomenal video game that I really like. Really, really love Is This Seat Taken. It was it's been a pleasure. I think the next time I stream it, I will finish the game. That reminds me, I got to do a poll for next Tuesday. I was going to do it today, and then I didn't. So tomorrow, there will be a poll for my $3, $5, and $10 patrons about what I'm doing next Tuesday. I have options of a new game that I bought that should be actually maybe even just a one-stream game. Seems like a very chill, small experience. Or some stuff that we haven't done in a while. And I think one of those options might be, let's just fucking finish up Is This Seat Taken? Because I think the next stream I will complete it. But that game is just a joy to play. I really, really like it. Swedish Bud says there's a model for brain types according to Japanese model, and one of the 3 types is called Kuma. Not saying there's any evidence for the psychological theory, but just thought of it as I learned about your weekly YouTube thingy. There you go. Okay, some context there. I thought you were saying that you seem like a Kuma type person. You were saying because Kuma just means bear, and I am a large gentleman with facial hair that is often there. But yes, no, that is just a play on the anime Kuma Baer, and also the fact that my last name is Baer, but just spelled a little different. And then as a reminder to say out there, not as a reminder, but just to say out there, because I haven't said it in a while, and it's always funny to mention that the anime is called Kuma Baer. It's also a manga. The shorts, the little like extra jokey like 1 minute things that are out there, the side series is called Baer Kuma. Instead of Kuma Baer, they call it Baer Kuma, and that is, of course, very good. We like that. That's a good bit of business. Good little jokes. All right. This is tiny, so I bet it goes down here somewhere. Where exactly? I don't know. But this seems small. So I don't know. I don't know if I can judge on that, but this is a little blue. Wordplay, best play. Indeed. But yeah, if people want to share if they've been watching any anime, playing any video games, I always love hearing from people about that. Talked about playing more of Is This Seat Taken on Tuesday or Tuesday stream, which I really enjoy. This is a fun video game. All right, I'm going to try to find this piece. It might have a little bit of red in it, but I don't think it does. I think it just has. Oh, it's right there. Great, we did it. So then this one is going to have, this one's going to be a sharp piece here. There, or then I can try to figure this piece out here. Let's see, other things I can tell you about for me. Last night episode of Dynamite, I didn't think was very good. I did not think that was a good episode of AEW Dynamite. It felt weird that they didn't have a lot of matches, that they didn't really promote those matches. I thought that was kind of bizarre. I thought the opener and the main event were solid. I'm glad that good old Adam Copeland couldn't cut a promo. He got cut off and attacked, and I thought that was good. Was happy with that. I'm confused about Kyle winning in the main event because he's the mid-card champion, and I'm like, are they trying to swerve us that it won't be MJF versus Hangman at the next pay-per-view? Because it really feels like that's the match that's happening at the next pay-per-view. It's like, well, are we being swerved on this? I don't know what's going on with that. But it also feels like they were writing Kenny Omega off TV for a while, and I think that's okay. I love Hook being mad at Samoa Joe because they got the belts when he was out, and then Joe being like, yeah, I get you're mad. I get that, but like, we had a chance and we took it, and I don't care if you're mad. If you're in trouble, we're going to help you, even if you don't want me to help you. I just think that is a very funny bit of business because Samoa Joe can sell just about anything. He's just such a fucking phenomenal just a guy that knows his character. Just a good promo. Swedish Bud says, heard of a new horror game, Bad Cheese, an old scuffed version of Mickey Mouse is starring in it. Think it released this week. Oh, is that one of the like, a version of Mickey Mouse that like, the very original versions of Mickey Mouse there, you can fucking do a, that is like open for Steamboat Willie stuff. If you want to get in on that, you can get in on that. Okay. I put it in a horror game always feels like the most obvious choice, but like if Bad Cheese is a fun horror game, then like that's all that matters. And it doesn't matter if it's like, oh, well, we did this for the publicity of, using Steamboat Willie because we can. But if that's inspiration for a good horror game, then that would be rad. Even if I think like it feels pretty opportunistic to me anyway, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I haven't played the game, so I don't know. And that doesn't go there either. Okay. I'm just gonna try a bunch of pieces now. Right now we're in the trial and error portion where I can just, if I can get 2 of these together, I can just try that. See if we can get it together. Let's see. Lord Cratchit says, I got Silk Song, and that's fun so far. Feels a bit like those spin-off Shovel Knight games where the main character controls differently than the original game, which makes it feel different to get around. Yes, that is a important thing. That is a thing that people, certainly I saw people stressing online, is just like, hey, this is not Hollow Knight 2. And like, you got to know that going in. I'm like, hey, that sounds like a good bit of a warning for people. Especially the people that were like, well, I finally got around to playing Hollow Knight in time for Silk Song. And I'm like, I mean, that's cool because I think Hollow Knight is a good fucking video game. But yeah, I mean, I can see some people like, this is not just more Hollow Knight. Oh, there we go. We got that there. Great. We did that. It's like, yeah, there's more going on. So, let's see. Okay, Silk Song's good. Watch bits and parts of it. Seems mildly frustrating to animate some parts of the map, but maybe it won't be. Inspired by Alex's drum stream, says Lashbrook. I've been getting back into Clone Hero and got a bunch of new songs for it. Been trying to focus on alternate picking. Also decided to install that Beelzebub mod for Diablo 1 that GOG released. It improves a lot and adds new character classes. I have heard about that mod. Yes, that I don't know if I would. It might be interesting to check that out. I don't know. I put so many hours into Diablo. I don't know if I would go back to Diablo at this point, but I could see myself getting the itch, if you know what I mean. Like, someday craving it. I don't know. I think, like, it's not the same game. I know. I would... what words am I trying to say here? There have been times in the past, like, 2 years, where I have thought about doing the hero campaign stuff in Warcraft 3 because I really liked it. I know some people did not enjoy that. They were not fans of that nonsense of the story there and the using the hero power or the hero stuff in Warcraft 3. But as somebody that really liked Warcraft 3, I've been thinking about it, you know, like I have no interest in going back to World of Warcraft, but as someone that plays Hearthstone every fucking day, I played Hearthstone a lot today. I have a deck right now that is cheesy and probably not fun to play against, but I really like playing it. So I played a bunch of games today. My win-loss record today was like very high. I got a lot of scams out of this one. Oh, sorry. It's not a scam deck. I'm playing a bullshit deck. I'm playing a deck that will get patched. They will do an emergency patch to quote unquote fix this deck to make it less consistent and less powerful. For sure. They will for sure do that because it is probably not fun to play against. But I when I play Hearthstone, I occasionally think, man, what if I play Warcraft? Like, what version of Warcraft 3 can I play? Puppet Jared just raided with a party of 57. Welcome, Raiders. Hi, I'm Pat Baer. Now, I normally build model kits and Lego sets, but I'm doing a jigsaw puzzle right now. And I know that's weird. And I know that you just came from watching some G Gundam, which is a whole fucking thing. And you're going from that to me trying to complete Jace over here. But I'm trying to finish Jace. This is the jigsaw puzzle that I'm working on here. It is Planeswalkers, which is fun. Oh, I should give a shout out to old Puppet Jared. If you're here, then I think you would. If you're here for me, I think you would enjoy a good old Puppet Jared. and the good times over there, watching bad cartoons and the like. But if you're new here, hi, I'm Pat Baer. I build model kits and Lego sets. On Tuesdays, I play video games. And occasionally, 3 times, indeed, I am shouting you out. 3 times this year, I've assembled a Magic the Gathering themed jigsaw puzzle. And we are on the last legs. This is hours 11 and 12 of this. I think we're going to finish it. I normally wrap up at 11 p.m. If this takes me another half hour plus, we are going to stay with it. And I know what you're saying. You're saying to yourself, Pat, over 2 hours is not a lot of time. Some streamers stream for like 7 hours or 15 hours. And to which I say, yeah. But I do model kit building and Lego sets, and like, I'm telling you right now, there are folks out there that do like 4 or 5 hour model kit building streams, and I don't know how they do that. I do not know how they keep that together, because I start getting bad at it. Like, if in an hour and a half into my stream, if I have to like start doing like something complicated or delicate, or like make sure that stickers are applied properly, I'm just like, oh no, I'm really sweating on that. Because yeah, my concentration starts going bad. But jigsaw puzzle at this point, I'm just like, this is just trial and error. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I hope the folks that came in from the old cartoon watching enjoyed what I said to Jared about that storyline. The little episodes here is just that our Canadian friend is a sad old man. He's just sad. Shit happened to him, like justifiably a very sad man. Also, he yes, Canada wife guy, but he has like one of the best reasons for joining. His wife died in space, and he thinks he's very convinced that a man is responsible for doing that. And so he's like, I gotta get that guy. He's already in jail? Damn it. Wait, they let him out of jail to do Gundam fights? Well, then I'm going to represent my country in Gundam fights. I'm going to get strong, and I'm going to get good at piloting a Gundam so I can fight that guy. And I'm gonna tell other people, hey, I'll take a loss against you if you can give me information about the guy I want to fight. I've got a very good reason for fighting this guy. And it's great. But he's just a sad guy. But like, some people are fighting for their country. Some people are doing it for to be famous. Some are doing it for a point of pride. There's at least one person out there doing it because they gotta kill a guy. Not everyone is there because they need to kill a guy. They gotta find a guy and kill a guy. Some people are trying to find out what happened to their brother because their brother is missing. Or there's a mysterious German ninja that keeps giving them clues about some kind of thing that's happening, and they got to track down that German ninja. A variety of reasons. They're being possessed by some sort of grand evil that's out there. Whatever. There's so many different reasons to be in the colony's Gundam fight. That doesn't go there, but it should go there. It looked like it belonged there, but it doesn't. I'm not mad about it. Don't write in there. Wait, I don't remember if we ever met the German ninja in our watch yet. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, so look, I don't know if you're going to get there, so I'm not going to give you spoilers. But the Gundam Spiegel is a ninja Gundam, but also it's definitely from Germany. And not in the way you think, but kind of in the way you think. It's from Germany. It's not necessarily from one particular era of Germany, but it definitely is a German ninja Gundam. And that he's a masked ninja man. Yeah, it just like the helmet of the Gundam Spiegel. You know what? I can Gundam Spiegel. Yeah, let me get a Spiegel photo here. Is this gonna work? There it is. Oh, that disappeared. Why did you disappear? Sometimes that works just like instantly, and sometimes it doesn't work. What about this? Do I do that? No. Fine. That's not going to work the way I want it to. I'm going to have to save the Shadow Gundam. Yes. I'm going to have to save this to my desktop like I don't know what. And then we'll open it from my desktop. And then later, I'm going to find the Gundam Spiegel photo on my desktop, and I'm going to go, why is this here? So, like, look. You know, like, this helmet, the head of the Gundam Spiegel, is such that you look at it and you go, like, yeah, all right, that's German. Yeah. But he's got cool, like, giant arm blades. And he does a spinny thing. And this came out before Wing, where there's a guy with a wrist blade that does a spinny thing. That robot has thoughts about Kaiser Wilhelm. Yes! It's just like... It's one of the most helmet-ass heads. Like, it's like, oh, that's a fucking... Yeah, all right. But, like, look... G Gundam is in no way subtle in any way, shape, or form, right? They could have done something like they could have gone for it in a way where you would look at it and you go, yeah, I mean, don't do that. But also like, yeah, that makes sense for y'all. Like the Tequila Gundam, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's just this is just a big windmill, like that kind of thing. They didn't do that. They could have, but they didn't. But it is still a German ninja Gundam, so it's still weird. It's just like it could have been dark. Yes, Canadian Gundam has the metal toque. Yes, it was quaint. Yes. Yeah, I'm convinced that the writers didn't have stereotypes about Canada that they could implement other than a lumberjack. He's probably a lumberjack. And they were like, they're like, oh no, wait, we're thinking of Paul Bunyan. Shit. That's American. God. The Maxter Gundam is still a top tier. Like, man, when Japanese animation studios decide they're gonna like fucking roast Americana, it's almost always fucking incredible. The Maxter Gundam is just like football, boxing, side shooters. Like, yeah, cowboy. Yeehaw! His name is fucking Chibity. God damn it. Chibity. They fucking got us. They went hard and got us. And then, of course, the most important thing to remember is that Neo Japan just has a cool-looking Gundam. They're like, oh, well, no, you mean, you know, it's just a cool Gundam. It's just a cool guy in a cool Gundam. Nothing weird here. We got nothing to say about... We're not going to be introspective here at all. Introspective, I should say. This is a cool guy. Domon is just cool. Nothing to see here at all. All right. Is it this piece? No. Is that piece? Yeah. All right. We're going to shift this up just a little bit here so you can see the final pieces and I can see the final pieces. I am so happy that I am almost done with this. I figured out that doing the frame should be the easiest part, right? Because this part, you're just looking at the cards and going through the guide. And then the top and the bottom are just like, process of elimination. For this one, for whatever reason, a real nightmare. And I don't know why. But the actual, like, figuring out where the cards are, this one was the easiest because they had a lot of frames with cards, or cards with frames here. And then also every card is a legendary planeswalker. So, but also almost every card says the name next to it. So you're just like, oh yeah, that's Kaya. And then also it says Kaya here as well. So that's easy. But there are a lot of like red borders and green borders you can use for that. One of them I did here, I think it was the Legendaries one. There's a Legendaries, a Planeswalkers, and one other one. I can't remember what the other one was. But one of them was the cards were in alphabetical order. And that was really easy. That was helpful. Of course, I didn't recognize that the cards in this way were in alphabetical order until I was almost done with it. And then I was like, that would have made my life so much easier to figure out where things go. But yeah, I don't know. If you're thinking about doing a jigsaw puzzle, these are fun. You could be like me, and it's been decades since you last played Magic the Gathering, and you don't have, you're like, wait, that's fucking hell yeah, that's Jace. Hell yeah. Or you're like, oh man, Lilith. Hell yeah, Lilith rules. But you don't have like a lot of thoughts about it. Or you could never play it at all. I still think this is a fun, like, this is still just cool card art on a jigsaw puzzle. I don't know. I think that's pretty neat. And we're almost done with this thing. We're like getting there. Which fucking rules. And then I'm gonna build Tiny Goku and Tiny Vegeta from Dragon Ball Daima. I got a model kit of those characters they came together in one kit, which is great. If you haven't seen Dragon Ball Daima, it answers the question, what if Goku got made small and Vegeta got made small and a lot of other characters got made small and they had to go and explore an element of Dragon Ball that hadn't been explored before, of like, hey, why are some of these characters demons? Like Dabura? Like, what's up? What's going on? And also, Dragon Ball Daima answers the question of how often can there be plane issues like engine trouble? So many of the moving the plot along or stalling the plot in Dragon Ball Daima comes down to like engine trouble, or they stole our plane, or this army is trying to board our plane and we have to hide. It feels like half the episodes could have been cut if they just didn't have plane trouble. Fun fight scenes. They no spoilers, but there is a reference to a thing that is only really out before Daima. There is a thing that was only in Dragon Ball GT and is now also in Daima, and it was fucking cool as hell. So that was nice. But yeah, some fun characters were added in the show, and some fun fights. But it felt like there was a lot of stalling in Dragon Ball Daima. So if you're looking to get into that, because the dub, I believe the dub is coming out. It might be done by now. I don't know if every episode of the dub or every of the show has come out in dub form, but I know it was starting to release this year. Nope, doesn't go there. Where do you go? There's only so many places here that these pieces can go, folks. So Saturday we'll start working on that, and that'll be fun. We'll do a big anime roundup on Saturday of stuff that people are watching. We are approaching the end of the current anime season, if you can believe it. So we'll start getting excited about next season while still watching some shows that are out now. There are still a couple shows that I have not checked out yet that I am now hearing very good things about. This was a busy season for like second series or third seasons of shows. A lot of good anime out there to check out. So I gotta make some time for some stuff that I didn't watch. But, that's every season these days, because there's just so much fucking anime that we get exposed to. That you can just quit bad stuff or quit stuff you didn't love or whatever. Or like... It also helps, like, I'm at the point now where I'm probably not going to watch season 2 of My Dress Up Darling. I think that show is great. And for people that are watching it, I hope you're having a great time with it. But it's just that I'm in my mid-40s, and that show is about, like, friendship and discovering your passions and all that good stuff. But it's also about teens that are pretty horny for each other. And there's nothing wrong with teens being horny. Believe me, I'm not crusading against that. But I think I am not the target audience for that show. And it's okay if I don't watch it. Because it's still doing fine without my ringing endorsement of it. I just think I'm like a little too old for it at this point for that kind of thing. Again, I'm not out here being like, oh, it's just scandalous. It's like, no. It's just like, yeah, teens and hormones and cosplay. Yeah, right. It is what it is. I just don't need to see it myself. But I think everybody's got that. Everybody's got that show or series that they're just like, yeah, I guess that's good. It's just I'm not watching it. Like, everybody's got that stuff. So I don't think that's wrong, per se. I'm not out here being like, oh, no. You're fools for not watching the things that I'm watching. Also, because a lot of the stuff I watch is not necessarily great. I think it's real good, and I like it, but it's not like I'm out here saying, like, you gotta watch this. There's always shows that I'm like, you gotta watch, right? Like, if I look up, my last season, what I recommend last season. Let's see. Oh, yeah, like, I think last season, Apocalypse Hotel was incredible. I think Apocalypse Hotel was just this, like, really interesting, weird, like, melancholy show that I don't know a lot of people that watched it, but I think it was phenomenal and really well done, and I would highly recommend it. And also, I watched Catch Me at the Ballpark, which I don't think you don't need to watch Catch Me at the Ballpark. You don't need to watch that at all. I think it's very fun. It's got one of my favorite things in anime, which is a character that is supposed to be American, played by a Japanese person who English is not their first language and might not be their second language. And maybe nobody said, take that one more time. That sounded insane, what you just said. But it's just like people that work at a ballpark, a minor league ballpark, and like the misadventures of those characters. It's just really fun. But I don't think you got to rush out and see that. I know it's not great, but I thought it was really good. You know what I mean? Like, I really liked it, but I don't think it's like essential viewing. I think there are some shows that like really stood out. We have 6 more pieces left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right now, just kind of placing pieces to see what goes where. Try to get this done so I can not do a jigsaw puzzle for another long stretch of time, hopefully. Last season also had Rock is a Lady's Modesty, which is on High Dive. If you have High Dive, the dub of that, if that's how you prefer to watch your anime, is dubbed. The dub of that is ongoing. I think Rock is a Lady's Modesty is an awesome show that is like you could probably call it girls doing things in that subgenre. The oh, we're doing stuff and we're all happy to be girls. But it also is a lot about like passion and love for stuff. And it's also one of those things where you're like, this show isn't gay, but it's also not queer baiting. And that's a third one. That's a third one, right? Like, because there are shows that are gay as hell, positive. There are shows that are not gay, they're queer baiting. They just have girls in them, and those girls are friends, and it's queer baiting you to think maybe something's going to happen. And then there's a third variety, which is a show that is, the characters aren't gay, but the show is very gay. And that's Rock as a Lady's Modesty. It is a bunch of characters that I don't think have any sexuality other than expressing themselves through music. But it also is very fucking gay. And great. Really like that show. Highly recommend it. But again, you don't have to like rush out to watch it. The pro to like something unusual is that you won't hear other critique about it. Yes. If you like a show that you liking hidden gems means that you probably won't find people going like, most likely they will just say, "Oh, I didn't get it," or "I didn't. You know what? I bounced off that show," and they don't go, "That is a bad show for and people that like it are bad," or whatever. We're done. We finished it. It's done. It's over. I did the thing. This jigsaw puzzle has been solved. I solved the puzzle, and the puzzle solution was do the jigsaw puzzle. 500-piece jigs. I have done 3 500-piece jigsaw puzzles this year. That's a lot of jigsaw puzzle pieces. I'll zoom out here. I'll go wide. Here you go. Here it is. The angles look weird because of where my camera is, because my camera is usually zoomed in really small and tight. So when I zoom out, this doesn't look even, but trust me, it is. That's just my camera angle from where I can put my camera. But yeah, well, normally we're zoomed in some, and when I zoom in like that, then it looks fine. But yes, here's Jace. I've been talking about if I was going to buy any of these cards. I think Liliana rules. I think this Nicobolus Dragon God is an awesome looking card. There are a couple cards here that if I was going to buy a card, it might be this one, because I like the look of them. God damn, I'm glad I finished this. I was worried about it. Reminder, folks, just one more time, a reminder that this is we're in September. And I'm going to put that in the chat there. So if you want to become a subscriber, you could save money by being a subscriber this month, in the month of September. And then later in the month, you can get a discount on gifted subs, but whatever. But if you want to become a subscriber out here, get some cool emotes. If you want an emote of me looking like a death scythe, or, you could do that, or me looking like a Lego minifig, those are things. That's the thing you can just do. You could just pay a friend of yours, or a stranger, I guess, but I did a friend, to make you into things like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan me. This is a thing that exists. I made that happen via money to a friend who was happy to make my emotes, Xandra. But yeah, this is Jace and a bunch of Jason friends. I'm so glad to be done with this. because it was this good process, other than stuff up here that got a little weird. But yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight's stream. We are gonna end tonight's stream by how we end every stream, which is by going on a raid. Much like many of y'all came in from Puppet Jared, we are gonna go raid. We're gonna go find someone doing cool stuff out there. Go give them a little bit of love. See what they're up to and what they're into. Many people will be playing Hollow Knight Silk Song, which makes a lot of sense, which is why we're going to go raid. Let's see. Wait, how long have they been going? We're going to go raid my friend Lunar Jade, my friend Heather, who is playing Sword of the Sea, which seems like a really cool game, but I just love the idea that today of all days, that Heather is playing that game. Also, Heather has raided us before, so it makes sense for us to go give Lunar Jade a raid. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you come along on this raid. I hope you will hang out because Heather has a great community and is phenomenal and fantastic, part of the Loading Ready run. She's great. And come back on Saturday. On Saturday, I'll be starting a new model kit, making a little Goku and a little Vegeta, and it might only take one stream. I don't know. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Thank you for finishing the fight with me as I completed this goddamn jigsaw puzzle. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.